here's the thing, is that if we're being honest, we don't have if we say no, we're not going to get another opportunity. It's not going to come. The maybe 10, 20 years from now, but I tell you, if I wouldn't have said yes, and I was spreading myself thin, and yes, I was, sometimes, I always did a great job though, because you have to. If you don't do a great job, then it's not worth saying yes, right? But it took a lot of work and a lot of my hours, but there's no way I can tell you that I would have anyway been successful if I would have said no, or I'll think about it, or I'll do it later, because they would not have come back. That they don't come back. We don't have those opportunities as people of, I don't know whether it's a Hispanic or, it was very difficult to get through all the preconceptions that I had while I was at the patent office. And I was given that opportunity by someone that I had said yes to a lot. Anything he wanted, I would say, okay, you need me to do this, I'll get it done. And I got it done right. And then he put me in charge of go ahead and creating an entire unit at the patent office, which was an amazing opportunity because I had said yes, and he knew I would do it well. And it was, to me, I think, I remember when I got the directorship and I was announced, and somebody literally said to me that the reason I got it was because I was Hispanic. And I said, oh no, I got this despite the fact that I was Hispanic. And I got it because I said yes. And I know, and I understand we have to set boundaries, and I set them now. And I'm a lot better at saying no now than I was back then. But I feel like back then, the opportunities were very few and far between. And if you say no, then the answer is no, and you won't be able to move up. So that's my 2 cents, because I agree with the setting of the boundaries, but it comes later.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with what both Symone and Lissi said. I think you have to, we're all smart, right? You're not just indiscriminately saying yes to everything, right? When I was originally talking about saying yes, I was talking about like really just career opportunities, like avenues that did not seem immediate. It's not the one that everyone was going after, but it became available to you, right? And I was just encouraging people to give it a shot, see what you can make of it. Now, if you pour in a year or two and it's just going nowhere, it's time to say no, right? You obviously use your intelligence, use your skills, figure out what are the good opportunities, just give everything a chance. And if it's not working out, you need to kind of just cut it and move on to the next thing. There are a lot of opportunities out there. Like I gave 2 examples about the PTAB work and the damages work, but there are a ton of others. But as you become more and more senior in your career, I think you get more choices. And at that point, you then have to choose what's a yes and what's a no. Right. But in the beginning, you're not, you're probably not given those opportunities to be that choosy. So, obviously, this has to be a case by case basis afterwards. And if anyone has something more specific, they want to follow up with, I'm happy to talk through it. Now that I'm 25 years into my career, and I think somebody raised a question about mentors. I do, have a particular, especially for other Asian American women who are following the same tracks, I do give them very, very forthright and direct and specific advice about, you need to try this, but don't do that. You need to push back on this, but you need to not push back on other things. Here's where you can apply yourself more. Here's where you need to say, no, I deserve to do better than this. But it has to be very tailored. So I'm hesitant to just kind of throw out there general mentoring advice, but happy to do it one-on-one.